This headwind is exhausting. Fucking so sick of it. It was pedaling and pedaling and pedaling, and just feel like I'm not making any ground. Oh, and it's the reason why we left from Perth. So that, because the prevailing winds are from southwest this time of year generally. So we made the call to leave from Perth. But sure enough, northeast to easterlies, headwinds the whole way. 80% of the time for us. So this has been an absolutely brutal day trying to pedal into this headwind. It was a crosswind for a few hours, and now it's just a bulk headwind. Just going slow as shit. Oh well, that's what we do.
I was super excited because this was the day we were getting to the Nullarbor Roadhouse. It felt like another huge milestone to tick off the list and just knocking the Ks down. But as we were approaching the Nullarbor, we could see it in the distance, the lights were coming on, it was dusk. And I was like, oh yes, not too far. We both kind of sped up a bit, but it was like, it just kept going and going. The closer we got, the further it felt.
Fucking hell. What a cunt of a...
I tend to use aggression pretty liberally when I want to get stuff done. I will, if I need to push myself through, I don't give myself words of affirmation or any of that sort of stuff. I am angry. I use anger as my fuel. But as Gemma mentioned, the anger is a good form of getting to the next stage, but use it sparingly because it uses a lot of energy to try and utilize it or deal with the anger. So I tried to use it as sparing as possible, but I definitely let it flare up this day for sure.
Yeah, I'm legitimately fucked. That was like seriously one of the hardest days ever.
Yeah.
I went to places in my head that I didn't think I could go.
That I've never been before.
It was dark.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't even know how we got here.
You pulled through it though, and you used some
It's like
some
shocking.
of the things we've been learning.
Yeah, and I said it's kind of shocking though when you arrive and you're like, how the hell did I pull that off?
Yeah, it feels like that.
Yeah, you and the fact that we're here now, about ready to have a shower and go over to dinner. Oh man, I just don't know how we got here. Like it seems such a surreal thing to happen. But look, we're here, and the glorious thing is that we've got 2 days now with less than 300 Ks to home.
Woo! So close now.
We're getting very, very close to Ceduna and having this thing complete.
Yeah.
But I'm very grateful for all the learnings that we've had from all the people we've spoken to.
Yeah.
About building resilience and what it means to be mentally tough in hard challenges. And yeah, this is it dig deep today.
Reese ended up, there was his spoke on the back wheel again. Another one broke on the way in to the Nullarbor Roadhouse, which what made it very, very challenging for him to continue riding with an egged out wheel.
Nundroo today.
Day 7 from the Nullarbor Roadhouse to Nundroo. We're almost there. We've got 2 days left and we're going to be finishing it up. So we thought it was going to be like a little bit easier because some of the other bigger days we're doing 180, 190 Ks. So just over 140 Ks was, we felt like we were going to be all right, but it was so challenging to try and get it done. I think because at this point, South Australia's was significantly colder than all the WA leg that we'd done. So getting up in the morning when it was quite cold and trying to cycle in that cold for quite a few hours was a challenge.
And my wheel was really playing up today. The rear wheel was feeling the 2 spokes missing and it was wobbling pretty much the whole day. And even though we were stopping occasionally and trying to true it up again, but it would just keep going out and would bend and get a little bit wobbly, but we were pushing through and I just kept telling myself, no, I've got strong legs. I can do this. I am capable. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna make it. And it works. You fake it till you make it. I wasn't feeling it at first, but then because I kept saying it to myself and saying it out loud as well, it really, really helps just get your mind focused on what you need to focus on.
Snap a 3rd spoke, it's almost game over. And Beck, being bike mechanic and owning a bike shop with her husband Ian, they were talking on the phone to try and figure out how they could fix it without having a spare spoke. And one of the ideas was to try and pull one off my front wheel or something and replace the spoke into Reese's wheel so that he had an extra spoke and we could get it done. But yeah, taking it really, really slowly as well so that we weren't going to snap another spoke was something that was really on our minds because we knew we had to get it done. But if we snapped another one, it would have almost put us out of action.
And of course, we had to have a quick pit stop to see the southern right whales.
Ks, baby! We just hit it. It's about just past 3 o'clock. 1,000 Ks since we started, which means that we're about 200 or just under 200 kilometres until Ceduna. And this expedition is finished. It has been a pretty massive challenge so far. Today's been not too bad. We've had no headwinds, thank God. But 1,000 Ks. Feeling pretty good?
Feeling good.
Hell yeah.
Snake. gosh.
How you doing, bro?
Good.
That was a big push, huh?
Second last day done.
Yes.
It's always the last like 10, 7 Ks you feel the longest.
Yeah. This feels like it keeps going.
Because we know the end is near.
How's that sunset though?
Ah.
Ridiculous.
Bo and Beck spent a little bit more time really trying to finesse the wheel.
That's not even That's exactly what.
Wee wee wobbly.
And they got it like even better than I thought they could get it. And it was feeling good, was not making any noise anymore. So I was hopeful for the last day that we're going to have no problems.
When we got there, we were really pleasantly surprised that we could actually have a curry. We've been pretty much eating almost exclusively chicken palms and steaks. Delicious, of course, but having a nice hot butter chicken was beautiful.
Last day. It's what, 5 o'clock in the morning? We're getting ready. We're both absolutely knackered, as you can tell. Reese is chomping for joy. It's gonna be a big day. But yeah, 150 Ks, we should be able to get that done in probably 7 hours, maybe 8. Yeah, we're pretty slow going generally. Who knows? But yeah, feeling pretty good. We're stoked to get it done. I think we're both just like, I think we're just done with pedaling for a while.
Just need a little bit of a break.
It's a long way. So yeah, we're feeling pretty good.
All right, heading off. Last day, we're feeling pretty good. It's very, very cold here. South Australia absolutely hits different. I don't know if we're further south. I don't know, but it is very, very cold this morning. We've got thermals and everything on to try and keep warm. I'm sure by the time we get out on the road, we'll get pretty warm, but my little fingies are going to be pretty cold. All right, wish us luck. We're getting onto it. Ceduna! Only 72k to go. Woo-wee.
There was excitement for the last day. We had ridden so far and we were really punching into it this day. We were doing much bigger blocks and taking much shorter breaks because we really wanted to get there as fast as we possibly could. By the time we got to lunchtime, Beck cooked us up a couple of big bowls of pasta, which really fueled us up. And at that point, the fact that we had all those carbohydrates, we just punched out the last 50 kilometres, no stop. We just got there.
an effect externally, you have to start with your internal, yourself, having the ability to withstand, thermal fluctuations within yourself, understanding how you react. So having agency and autonomy over your body first, then you can only hope to have agency and autonomy over your immediate vicinity, then your community, and then more globally, the environment as a whole. So I think people are so out of control of themselves, so then the whole world feels chaotic and out of control. And you can't help anyone, you can't help the world, you can't help the environment when you are out of control. So I always think start with the self, start with the micro, and you feel like you've got the strength and the wherewithal to deal with these huge, big, wicked problems that invariably are there and are going to be hard. So yeah, start with strengthening yourself, then we can strengthen communities, and then we can strengthen, society as a whole.
We're only here for such a short time, but the other side of that is when we see what humans have done in the very short time that they're here, in their micro little moments, in their micro little environments, like one person can have a huge impact, but that person started exactly where the person you're talking about is sitting. Like at one moment they were sitting there thinking, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to create this change that I know is so needed in this world.
Just coming from just being able to turn up consistently, doing things you don't want to do, and doing it at a high level, every single week, and getting better from it. Because you'll get to a stage where your body just wants to just give in, and it's sort of that fight or flight. You either get better, or you just collapse, and you'll never do it again. So I take it quite seriously. Like when I get to those stages, I find that when I'm at my most vulnerable, I know that's the best opportunity for me to grow.
And it was a time where your brain can stop and start thinking just about, I think it just changes the way you're thinking, and you start thinking about like where you're at in life and what do you want to be, and it just brings that positive, reinforces the positive. I mean, I'm already a fairly positive person, but I just go, when you don't have all that white noise around you, you're just like, yeah. And then when we saw whales, it was just like, oh wow, it was just really cool. So I think, yeah, it just certainly everyone should go to a point where they just stop for a week or whatever it is, and just do a reset.
I think you'll have a few out-of-body experiences out there, and that'll be a interesting journey, that one, because it's a physical journey, but you're going on an emotional journey at the same time during that physical journey. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be a few mind-blowing moments for you blokes out there, and that's really rewarding, because all that does is build an epic story for you to come back and share with anyone and talk about, which I'm sure is a lot of the purpose too, is building stories. That's what life's all about.
We did it, 1,200 kilometres. We've just reached Ceduna and got through the quarantine point, and we are just hit the foreshore, ready to check into our hotel. I cannot believe we punched it out. We got the last 50 Ks done, so we really pushed it and got here. I think it was proper hard, but yeah, feeling pretty good to be done. 8 days of just solid riding. How's everyone feeling?
Good.
So super energetic, yeah. The fact that we don't have to pedal anymore, I think, is our biggest win. But yeah, awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. It's been great.
I don't know, to arrive in Ceduna and to know that it was over was just, it was the fact that we'd even got it done, the fact that we'd set our minds to something like this, which was so much larger than we could actually comprehend. Reese and I kind of do this thing where we are like, yeah, we'll do it, it'll be fine. And it is fine, But this one scared me. It was so large. The challenge was so large that I thought there was going to be a 50-50 chance we were not going to be able to do it. So to reach Ceduna, knowing that we had pushed through all the pain, all the wind, all the challenge of broken spokes and sore knees and vomiting, all of that over the last 8 days to get to this point was just incredible. Checking into our hotel room in Ceduna and having those beautiful, comfortable beds, we'd gotten there relatively early in the afternoon, which was great. And as we decided to walk down to the foreshore and get some food down there, but we saw the sunset across the water and it felt like a painting. I'm sure there's photos and stuff that'll be floating around of what it looked like. It looked like someone had painted a backdrop, and I couldn't believe it. I've never seen sunsets like that, and sunrises either. It just crossing the Nullarbor and getting to these areas, it's like they didn't actually exist. They felt like paintings, and it was just so surreal.